Hi guys,
Hello people.
I'm Milena,
Hello.
and we're watching Arcane.
We decided to continue.
Yes, we decided to continue.
After a lot of deliberation, whether we are in the mental space to continue after episode 7.
But honestly, I calmed down a bit. Feel better now than I did like an hour ago when we finished the episode.
Yes, but at the same time, I don't know, like, if now being brought back into our world where everything happened, right after Isha has died, I don't know what the state that Jinx is in, I'm not even sure how that's gonna, like, hit me now, because, like, I'm, like, after seeing how things could have been and whatever, like, I don't know, I feel fragile.
Oh.
And so, like,
I feel
I
tired,
don't know.
honestly.
Me too. I feel tired as well. So, like, I have no idea where, like, what this can be.
I don't know if this
for my
was
mental state now.
This was a smart decision or not. This is either the last episode of this year or the first episode of the next year, depending on where we post this.
Very true.
So like it's either 31st of December or the 1st of January.
Well, now when they're watching this on the 3rd of January or something.
There's always that possibility.
Well, I hope
it's holidays,
not,
guys.
But yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I don't even know what's awaiting us in this episode. I think we have talked plenty about that. I don't know what is awaiting us by the end of the show. I just don't think this is gonna be a pleasant one. Like, it's called killing as a cycle. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're doing right now.
That is, I think, the explanation of the whole show.
Yeah. So, like, really, there's not any preparation that can help us, so we might as well play.
Yeah.
And see what happens in this episode.
What a nice intro of this episode, honestly.
Well, this
What's
is how
a nice
we feel.
feeling we are going into this episode.
I feel just dread.
I feel like I don't feel like excited. Maybe we should have watched it the next time. I honestly don't feel excited at all, literally. But again, I know what we just watched and experienced. At the same time, we know how episode 6 has ended. So, what is there to be excited about? You know what I mean?
Nothing.
So,
but let's see.
Let's see. Yes.
Maybe we were pleasantly surprised.
I doubt it.
But our shock.
Yes, confusion. But I don't think at that point that I even...
No, I don't know what's happening.
No, literally.
Mel.
Oh my god, yeah.
How do we even have time for all
What are we even... What is this show even?
I don't know.
Child that was promised.
This looks painful, my girl. Well, she is fully into her, like, powers now or something.
God.
Okay, so this is their place.
I mean, is that where she was from? Where we thought her brother was?
I don't think so, no.
Like you're first.
Seems similar, honestly.
Like you're first.
I'm one of you. A mage. We each have our own expression. Yours is quite rare. An empath. Attuned to the ethereal. What does that make you? Even now you hide your true face behind illusions. Truth is the greatest illusion of them all. I think beneath that mask you're scared. I can see through your tricks. That makes me a threat.
It's just like an...
For the gifted, arrogance is the ultimate threat. Your power has merit.
Maleficent.
Oh, yeah.
What you did.
Where is my brother?
Regrettably, his fate wasn't among your mother's lives.
I gave Ambessa every opportunity to atone for her transgressions. She chose pride over progeny. But you need not bear her crimes. You want to recruit me? The Arcane is waking up.
Great.
What has my mother done? Ambessa sits at the helm, blinded by her thirst for legacy. Our efforts to divert her course have foundered. We can't afford another failure. This is what you see in me? I see salvation of your city, countless others beyond. She's my mother. For all her faults, she has always done what she thought was best for the family. Your brother thought so too, until he uncovered her secret. She hid you because you were that which she covets most, a weapon. Today, you've been born into a new family. What is this? A welcome to your future.
Why would you put that on? Why would you put that on?
The world is a perilous place for a solitary mage.
Oh?
Sister.
the fuck are we gonna do?
God, I'm so tired.
What the fuck are we gonna do? Where is Jinx now at all? Like,
Oh, Vito.
I regret that I couldn't save him. His injuries were too severe.
We do not lament a warrior's death. We avenge it.
Of course we do.
we always avenge everything.
The blood should sustain Victor for a short while.
Uh-huh.
Beyond that, it is up to his own will.
You promised a cure to death.
An outcome dependent on Victor's survival.
Doctor, your ingenuity deserves praise.
Victor,
So creepy.
I am grateful. The world I now see is more lucid than ever.
You can inhabit your followers.
We are one. This is the glorious evolution.
That's one way to call it.
What could have been? I do not have the strength to overcome the defense he will raise against me.
I will deliver you to this anomaly. If you agree to empower every soldier I bring you.
I will evolve all those willing.
Victor. Like, there's quite literally like a universe.
Lors,
wasn't sure you'd pull through.
where are the others? Kate, Jinx.
Jinx,
Jinx what?
Caitlin wanted to be here to tell you herself.
Loris, spit it out.
Was she captured? What?
Arrested?
I can handle this, Maddie. Check on my father.
Please save your life if you will just calm down for one.
Even knowing you'd never have done the same for her.
We'll never know, will we? You didn't let me in on that part of your plan.
How long were you sidled up with that shifty, self-serving war pig? She oinked poison in your ear and you just ate it.
I know! The only thing Jinx cared about was getting you to safety. Then she just surrendered. I didn't even have time to think before they hauled her off, being held in the bunker while I decide what to do.
She literally
I was
wants to
waiting for
die.
you to recover.
Kate, she's changed.
We can't erase our mistakes. None of us.
Who decides who gets a second chance?
Come on, Kate.
If you're here to kill me, make sure to finish the job.
Vi thinks you've changed.
She can't accept what you and I know. There are no happy endings.
Is that all you have to say for yourself? There won't be a trial. I'm giving you this one chance to account for your actions. All the pain you've caused.
I'll start feeling mad again.
No amount of good deeds can undo our crimes.
Our crimes?
Do what you came here to do.
Hating you. I've hated myself. I just don't have the energy for it any longer.
I didn't know your mom was there. It probably wouldn't have made a difference, but I didn't know.
Oh god, I was so fucking tired.
I literally, that's all I'm thinking about. Oh,
Well,
well, let's band together, but I love it. Like, how do you not recognize? Jace is fucking exhausted.
what happened to you?
Jace is the most realistic character. Like, he can't even function anymore.
Doesn't matter.
Something happened to me too.
You're the reason we didn't die in the attack.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
How long have you known?
It started then. Feelings I couldn't explain.
Why just me? Why not save all of them?
It wasn't a decision. One moment you're addressing the council and the next was standing in rubble. I didn't have any greater awareness.
Rallying the husband wants, but they
You are wise.
must talk.
Victor.
You once benefited from my knowledge of this place.
That was a long time ago.
I would have shown you the merits of my work. Our work.
No. This is your obsession. Everything you've done to these people, you did alone.
But I'm alone no longer. I now speak with all their voices. Somehow I think you already understand what must transpire to complete my mission. I would prefer to do so in peace. The Noxian has other intentions. Your mind has become rigid. Fear clouds your judgment. This chain of events started with you.
What's going on with him?
I was unable to reconcile this. I now understand. The glorious evolution is destined. Let us instead do this once again as partners.
My partner died in this room.
It was my sincere desire to avoid this.
This version pains me. Mel, girl, a perfect time. What? What are you hearing? What are you sensing?
Not this. Oh god.
It's spreading. My mind doesn't even comprehend this.
Doctor, you may begin the process.
Trying to disassociate.
Go away.
No.
You're too late.
Oh, it's a hell of a place.
No, I
It
can't
says
do this.
something about the late Marcus that he found imprisoning your sister to be a greater mercy than killing her.
I can't watch this.
Killing is a mercy.
Killing is a cycle. One that started long before Vanda and me, and that will continue long after the two of you. I thought I could break free by eliminating those I deemed my jailers. But Jinx, I think the cycle only ends when you find the will to walk away.
Jinx,
Walk away.
I swiped these from the guard station. If you come, help use all that explosive potential of yours for good, maybe we could rewrite your story like you did with Zahn.
Sure, right? You're never gonna give up on me, are you?
Hey! You don't have to worry about me anymore. You don't need to feel guilty about being happy.
You deserve to be with her.
Wait.
There's no good version of me.
I hate
What are you
this.
gonna do?
Break the cycle.
Jinx!
My baby girl, you're not a fucking cycle. It doesn't end or start with you.
Forgive me, but we don't have much time. A storm is coming, the likes of which Piltover, perhaps Runeterra itself, has never faced. This creature infiltrated the very room you're standing in, and we barely survived. Hundreds more are on the way. The Noxian General is leading them. This isn't a fight for ideals or territory. It's a fight for humanity itself. I'm asking, no begging you, every one of you, top side and bottom, to aid us in this coming war. And it will be a war. Now, this isn't a fair request, but it is our only hope. The forces against us are too great. We need every hand we can get.
mad.
We're abandoning the city's outskirts to stage our defense at the Hex Gates. The final bastion of our salvation. If you choose to flee, don't stop running. But I'm choosing to fight, and I pray that you will join me.
Open that up and fucking let me leave.
I might find you here.
Fucking run, girl. I mean, run where? I don't know, but fucking run.
I really believe she'd help. Say it. You told me so. I was an idiot to trust her. I went behind your back. I choose wrong every time.
She's going to kill herself.
And because of it, I've lost everyone.
You really think I needed all the guards at the Hex Gates? Sorry to say, you've grown a bit predictable.
The moments where they choose for all this to happen. The moments.
I saw someone.
Kate. I don't fucking care.
And Jing just goes to kill herself.
You're alive. I know about the Black Rose.
You know a facade. They're nothing but lies.
You taught me the best lies come wrapped in truth.
Your brother was struck with curiosity. He got caught in their web and with every action grew more deeply entangled.
So you let him die?
It was all the sweetness in my heart. For that they took him. Carved into me a wound that will never close. I pray you never suffer the agony of being forced to forsake one child to save another.
Oh, she's gonna be forced to sacrifice a mother to save everyone else.
To me.
You'd have made the impossible intolerable. I did what you could not. For you. For the family.
Piltover has nothing to do with your feud. Board your boats. Leave our shores. I will join you. We can avenge Kino together.
This is more than vengeance, child. These mages dangle over our heads a sword that impales us should we rise too high. Their very nature violates the most core of Noxian principles. That every one of us is equal on the battlefield. The fact you've come to parley for your friends' lives prove you still lack the wrath necessary to defeat an enemy like the Rose. I found another way. Imagine, child, an army that need never fear death.
Horrifying.
Literally.
Horrifying.
Doctor, you may begin the process.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much for your company in my solitude, Miss Young.
No. You won't.
That's where dies the last part. It's making me very sad for Victor.
The end.
What?
Literally.
What?
Literally what? Shocked, honestly. This is 50 minutes at least.
No.
God.
What is it called? The dirt under your nails. I don't even know what that means.
God.
What was the break that we took? How long has it been?
Like 2 hours.
2 hours, maybe?
I would say, yeah.
Contemplate about not even making the review today and just like leave it off for another day, but I feel like that would be harder. Yeah, and we're gonna just leave the last episode for another time.
Yes.
To just like process this and then,
Give it a chance. I don't know where to even start with this episode.
Oh, I mean, this episode suffers from the same thing that this whole season has suffered in my mind.
I agree. It's just the thing that like its last 2 episodes, and then I think it's worse.
It hits worse. Yeah, I understand.
It's first 3 episodes fast paced, let's say, or something. You're always leaving a room for the ending to be satisfying, because like it doesn't have to mean that like the ending is not gonna be satisfying. It still doesn't have to mean that like for us ending is not gonna be satisfying, but like judging by everything that happened, let's say, I'm not that hopeful at all that like I am gonna be happy where the show ended. Doesn't matter like where our like if it's a tragedy, if it's this or if it's that, like at least I want to understand and be
accepted.
Accepted. Like okay,
be at peace with
again, I'm not the writer. They are choosing
they choose
the
what they want to
story.
say. Yeah.
So like, who am I to say? Oh, it shouldn't be like this. It should have been,
Yeah, of course, and it's their choice at the end of the day.
I just think that like the whole season is really missing some things, and I think that like it's really. That like plot is so heavy, let's say, and for the plot that is this rich, you need 3 seasons.
Yeah,
I wanted to say 2 would be probably fine, but like I just think you could have had so much more episodes if you wanted to say the whole story like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we have said this in every episode, and it's true for this one. This one just like felt a culmination of all the rushness, and so like it all really was kind of too much in this episode. Everything felt rushed. But like in general, I think like for characters, I don't think they did necessarily they didn't give them the time that the character needed. Like for example, I don't even feel like I've seen Vi in this season at all. Like I really
like even if we saw her, I don't think Vi had any kind of progression.
No, like it was not impactful. I don't think
she had any kind of story of her own.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain that. Like even the story that I just don't think she as a person who is like the main character of this show after next to Jinx. You know what I mean? I think her character suffered this season.
Yeah,
I sometimes have to really think about where her character, like, what is she thinking?
Yeah.
Why is she doing this?
Yeah.
Like, through this whole season, honestly.
Me too. And, like, I mean, even in this episode, and I'm gonna really jump back and forth because I'm not sure how to structure this whole thing for it to, like, make sense, but, like, and we were talking about it, but, like, for example, the whole scene in the, like, jail cell, like when she came to get Jinx and then like hugged her, and then Jinx left, and afterwards she's like going back to I know I shouldn't have trusted her and all of that, and like I understand, but it also seemed maybe because like she wasn't a fully fleshed out character this season, it just seems like a jumping of back and forth within her, just like repeating lines that she has said throughout, and like I don't know exactly where she is and what she thinks, because like for viewers it's apparent what the Jinx is about to go and do, and like a second before that, like, she has lost Isha. So, like, you know the mind space that she is in it, like, she is suffering, you know? And I don't even know how Vi is viewing that situation. I'm, like, thinking, do I not know? Because, like, she hasn't been the big, important character this season, so I have no idea what's going on through her head. Like, I cannot place it at all. And so, like, I just really think her character has been the character that has maybe suffered most this season for me.
I definitely agree.
I wonder other people's opinions, like people who had her as like their favorite character or something like that. Like I really wonder, are they satisfied with the storyline that she got this season? Because I really think it was very, very poorly done.
Honestly, I think so as well. Like even the storylines that like we had, like that like she had,
like she chose to be an enforcer for a bit.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
You know what I mean? Like you could have fleshed that out beautifully. I think
that's what I want to say. Like the storylines of her own that she had were very short-lived. Like they didn't happen. Like they didn't make such a big impact on her. Bigger impact was like her relationship with Kate.
Yeah.
But like even that was, in my opinion, like was more around Kate's character. Like the entire time we were thinking how Kate, what is this Kate? We didn't even talk about why and how much she is suffering and how much like what's going what she's
in this
going
season
through.
She was Caitlyn's girlfriend and Jinx's sister. Like she wasn't
she
wasn't a character herself.
Yeah, that is the feeling that like I got at the end, you know, like because like again I'm constantly saying like because my favorite relationship and most important relationship of this show is by far Jinx and Vi. Like all the other relationships are not important compared to that one. Literally. So like I honestly think it was even not right decision to put such an important scene, let's say sex scene that she had with Kate that like we've been all waiting for 3 years.
I was shocked.
Like to put it right after that scene with Jinx.
Yeah.
No matter what was going through Vi's head. Yeah. Like just for at least let's say mine enjoyment in that scene, because like I am still suffering from the scene before. Like I'm not thinking about let's go and make out right now, you know what I mean?
It was like a whiplash, like what?
Like couldn't that scene be in the next episode, let's say, or like or the previous episode?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree with you, and I wanted to mention that, but because like I was talking about just how Vi character was lacking. Like I think that the choice of like putting the sex scene in between, like where it was, that's just like a writing
like,
choice that I do not understand.
When they made a plan, so like they were decided something together. I feel like even that moment would have been
but just because like it didn't feel appropriate for the moment where we were at. Like Jinx, her sister, is gonna go kill herself. I don't know what Vi thinks that she's gonna go do, but like it's something it's not something that's not like pleasant, you know?
Yes.
Something that's not good. I don't know how in that moment.
Again,
when like it feels like the clock is ticking. I don't know how in that moment we like go to a sex scene.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain. Okay, I really am hoping that like she didn't think that Jinx was about to kill herself. First that.
Yeah.
Because that, in my opinion, would, like you said, character assassination, basically. Like, thinking that your, sister is about to kill herself. I think that, like, she thought with everything, the scene, how it went down, there is, at that point, no helping her. That, like, she was like, because last thing that Jinx said to her was something along the lines, you would cross you would
always want to believe that I can be helped,
something like that, you know. And we know what like years have been since everything, like years have been passing in the time like we are watching again. Like I just think that like it's very fast paced, you know what I mean? Like I think for Vi it's been years since she's been trying, and her sister has been doing things, killing people, pushing her away, showing completely different side of like the sister that she knows does not exist. That was the last moment that she thought. She wanted to kill her in episode 5.
Yeah.
Herself. She shoot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She made a plan to kill her because her sister is dead. Her sister that is not her sister, not the one that she knows, you know? So like in the like I just think we had the scenes with Vander, and I just think again Jinx did what she did, pushed her into jail, closed the door, ran away, said that she's gonna finish this off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in her mind, we're back to yesterday and every day before that, you know?
I guess it's just like it doesn't, again, to just like put that scene
At
there.
least,
Like I even think,
I'm hoping that is the case.
Again, just like structurally for the viewers, you know what I mean?
That's
just
what I
like
agree.
it's a
I
whiplash. Like
completely
it doesn't make sense. Like I couldn't enjoy the scene. Like the scene was done beautifully.
I really try to enjoy the scene as much as
they're in distress. Like what the fuck?
No, honestly, I really tried to enjoy the scene as much as I possibly could. I just think it was not put in the right moment in the episode. You know what I mean?
But like, are we like? Do I not have to think that like Vi is not too emotionally intelligent then? To not understand what was happening there with Jinx when Jinx said all that like that is not a clear indication
you're doing
that
this
like
from a completely different point of view than why. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like weren't her last words basically like I am like there's no helping me in any universe or whatever, like, and Isha has just died, you know what I mean? Like again, I maybe she wasn't aware. I don't know, like, but like honestly, again, it was just not the time and place to put that
honestly, to me, it's not comparable. If she wasn't aware, and if she is thinking that like Jinx is about to kill herself, like it's not comparable. So if you think that like that is something that she was thinking, then in my opinion, her character.
No, I just think like are the writers like because they wanted to put the scene here, so like. They then need me to think that Vi does not understand, cannot read between lines of things that like Jinx says. That is like very clearly suicidal. You know, that like when Vi pointed the gun at her, she was like, it should be you. Like, I want to die and it should be you. Like, maybe, you know, maybe, I don't know. Maybe like she needs like things to be directly said. And like the writers need me to believe that then because like, if she does believe that Jinx went to kill herself, character assassination to like the max.
I agree.
Like to the max.
No, honestly, yeah, I completely agree. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know how to explain that. Maybe I'm the problem here, but things like that are, again, I still think the scene was not put in the right moment of the episode. But like things like that she didn't understand. Again, I think even if that's the case, it's because I think the episode, the season is rushed, so we couldn't understand where Vi's mind is because we weren't with Vi.
Yeah.
Like at any point.
Yeah.
Like again, 2 episodes ago, she was about to kill her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Herself. So like that is in my mind where her mind is.
Yeah.
So like.
But like they hugged an episode before. They hugged like 10 hours ago.
They're
you know,
okay.
with Vander trying to like.
I think this is a character assassination.
No. I'm not still saying that she believes that. I don't like. I think she doesn't know. I just think it's dumb for the writers to like want you to think that she wouldn't know. You know what I mean? Like I just think
that's
it's dumb.
Much
No. Yes,
me.
I agree. I just like I don't think it's like this is on the writers. You know
but
what
like
I mean?
yeah, okay. It just. Maybe I'm just like trying to save it for me because like with her going through everything that she went through with Jinx, I'd be much fine with this. I would not hate it.
Yeah.
And if it's the other way around, I don't even have to watch the episode now.
No, I think
so.
I believe that she didn't know that Jinx was gonna go kill herself. It's
much easier for me to close my eyes on some loopholes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Plot-wise than like fact like she thought.
No, I agree with you, yeah.
So like that is...
I agree with you.
So like maybe I'm just closing my eyes on some things that like I shouldn't be closing my eyes.
Yeah.
Too. But like with everything, that is my least
concern, yeah, I understand.
Exactly. So like I feel like through...
Yeah.
Like
just
so
the
many...
point is it was not the time and place literally for the sex scene.
Even though which is unfortunate, honestly, because
Yeah,
like
really
I
unfortunate.
really adored their relationship. I mean, I still love their relationship, you know. I just think many things in this season could have been done much better.
Yeah.
That's
And I mean, that's also one of them. Like
exactly
their whole
yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, and
It was
also
fun.
like
It was interesting that it was in prison because like that is somewhere there they
well, it's a
first
full
met.
circle moment. No, like maybe that's why the writer was like, yeah, let's just. It makes sense for it to happen there. Let's not think about the context.
No, honestly, and I think the sex scene was done very good, honestly, and I think it lasted for so long. I don't think, especially LGBT couples, get that long scenes, especially like this representation in the show that like it's
very popular.
this popular to get this big of a scene. Honestly, like I don't think I have seen that ever before. So like. I just like wish that like in that moment I could have appreciated more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean appreciated like that I was very excited that it was happening. You know, like and not just thinking like what's going on through Vi's mind. You know.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I want to say that as well because like it is a very important scene like outside of Arcane. You know, because like legitimately, when have you ever seen like a lesbian sex scene that like last this long on such a mainstream show, you know? And so like I think it's a very important scene, and I literally it's just like I wish it was placed in another moment because like then I would just, and I think it was on so great and beautifully and like even Vi saying how like I don't give a fuck who you were with before, like clearly it doesn't matter because like it's always been the two of us, like who fuck gives a fuck about whatever her name is, you know? Like I think all of that was worked so well. It's just like take this scene and put it anywhere else, like anywhere else, like just like so that I can, because like I felt like a whiplash. I'm like thinking someone opened the door for you to go because like she's gonna go kill herself. And I guess in that moment I'm realizing she doesn't understand what Jinx meant when she said all this, because like how the fuck are we making out now? You know? How is there time to do anything here?
Yes,
it's like
if you believe that there is still powder in her, you've seen it in the episode before, you know, you've seen that there is some like there is maybe potentially hope for us. That's what you thought episode before. So like if that's your opinion right now and she's going to kill herself, how are you making out? So like in my mind she can't think that.
Yeah,
because no sane person would do it, you know what I mean?
But I was just like thinking what I'm thinking, you know,
let
like
alone Vi, you know? We've seen her cross an earth for powder.
Yeah.
That is not happening.
Yeah.
You know? Even though Maggie, at one point, I mean, again, it's probably... There was a point when she got out of the office and she listened.
Yeah, she listened in to what?
What were they talking? What were they talking about?
Jinx was arrested.
And
then she was like, why don't you tell me? But like then, you know, she removed the guards to let Vi, like, let Jinx escape, basically. I do also think the storyline was rushed for Kate's character as well. And like, it feels, how do I explain this? I know what they were going for, but like the way that they have done this and resolved this, it doesn't leave a nice feeling in me, you know, because of like what has transpired. Again, because of her position and what her position has entailed, and like having the army takeover. What the fuck is the name that I'm looking for? Like having all that, you know, like we've seen what they go and do to people of Zaun, you know, like the things that she has done have been really awful to me. And so like then her arc of, you know, realizing this and changing her ways and working for something had to have been stronger than it was, you know, like for me to have like a good feeling about it, but it wasn't, you know. And so like I'm just left with a bad taste in my mouth. Like we see that like she acknowledges that she has made mistakes and that like there's things that she can never atone for. Like she said that when she was speaking to Jinx, and like she said we can never something like we can never take big our mistakes or whatever. So like, you know, she
two
knows.
times.
Yeah, and so like there have been scenes where you like see that she is regretful.
She said something like we can't get away with everything that like we have done or something. She said it to Vi before.
Yeah, like she said these things. And so like again, that's an acknowledgement of where she is right now. But I just think because the things that she has done to me were very bad, then like the progression to that should have been stronger, you know, just like the inner workings of that should have been stronger in my mind. And so like that's where her character this season suffered for me, you know, because like I really like I loved Kate in season 1, and I think the storyline that they went for this season with her like falling into the oppressor for Zaun, like she had the power to hold, and she held it over the heads of all these people, you know, like it was such a, and again it spoke on the larger storyline of Piltover and Zaun. It was like that was one of my most important storylines, Piltover and Zaun, and like because the show doesn't necessarily view it as the most important storyline, they didn't treat Kate's storyline as a very important one to give it the importance that it had for me. And so like because it didn't have the resolve of it wasn't done as well as I would want it to be done, then I'm just left feeling confused about what I feel, you know? And I don't think it necessarily needed to be that way, but now I just feel like unsatisfied.
I understand.
You know?
I understand. I feel similarly.
Mm-hmm.
It just like the thing is that like her storyline is to me connected with all of them. Like for her storyline, I feel the same for the most of the season. Nothing especially different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just think everything was rushed. I don't think they had time for her storyline when they wanted to put so many different ones. In
but
the
like
same
for example,
time, what?
Sorry, I'm just like thinking because like they had this whole uniting bit in this episode that we'll get to. But like for example, Jace like gave this speech, and like I understand why it was Jace because like he went and he saw all this and it makes sense. But like for example, it could have been he
was leading them.
Yeah, but like for example, it could have been her. Like it could have been her talking to people of Piltover, talking to the council, like laying it all out, like how the people in Zaun have suffered by them so much, and like violence begins violence, and like the reason why they are where they are has started with them, and so it's on them to like fix this, you know, like for example those things. It doesn't seem like in my mind there's things that they could have done differently, but they still like choose not to. Like we talked about this, like for example Isha and Vander. Vander's gonna die. Why does Isha not live? You know, because I mean, why does Isha even exist from the get-go at this point? Because like if Jinx is now again suicidal and we're right back where we started because Vi is again saying she's a lost cause, what do we even do with like Isha's character? Like legitimately you could take Isha out and nothing changes.
I mean, we now are finding that out.
Yeah, and so like this makes zero sense to me.
Where Jinx is right now and where she's gonna end up probably, you know. So like now after everything and like that, like this is not gonna serve for anything for her and Vi's relationship.
Yeah.
Like I really don't see how Isha had any purpose in this show at all.
Nor Vander. Like why did Vander have to come back to life?
Yeah.
Like what did that even do? Because like we have 50 minutes to go. And like I feel like I know how this is about to end. Like we were just talking about it. I think Jinx is gonna die. And I think she's gonna die because like right now there's gonna be like a war. And I think she is gonna just help them out. Like do something, again, an explosion. And like she's gonna die in that explosion. Like she's gonna take herself down. She's gonna kill herself. And that's gonna like help the war efforts. You know, and that's gonna be like her giving back or whatever. Like it annoys me to even speak about it this way. Like it annoys me to speak about it this way. But like that's what I see. That's where I see her character ending up right now. I really don't understand the purpose of like the Nisha. legitimately I have no clue what that was supposed to mean then.
So maybe we could have taken that storyline out completely.
Because only Jinx becoming better, but like you could have done that throughout the season. Not for why would she get better? She's not better now. But like you could have made a believable story where she at the end would like do something to help out. That would have been because like Vi is there. You know what I mean? You did not have to make her better if you're gonna make her bad again. Like you have, there was no purpose to it. There's literally I don't understand why we did it. You know, I mean unless Vi gets to her, saves her something. And then we can like
when because that would have been the moment when Kate opened the cell door.
I agree with you completely.
So
like, if she didn't do it then,
you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Then I don't expect it to happen now. You know, because it's not in her mind. Because if she is in her mind that like there is no saving Jinx, then if she would to see that Jinx is doing something, she would want to. She would think that Jinx is about to kill people again. Then she would kill Jinx to stop this from happening, not stop Jinx from killing herself. I have no idea, honestly. I just think that like again, I honestly don't. I'm now regretting us filming this review.
I understand. Well, we're here now. Might as well just see it through. Another thing that like don't think was well done. Like this literally seems like I can't say another word here, but like I was confused when it was happening because I was like, are we really doing this? The whole banding together behind like a common enemy. Somehow, like the whole season 1, like the conflict that we are in is Piltover and Zaun. Literally, our characters are the way that they are because of this conflict. Like because of the inequality, because of the oppression from one side to another. Like this is why we are where we are, you know? So like in my mind, that is like the overarching theme of this whole show, and it's a very important theme. And I mean, I think I've spoke about this in every single episode of season 2. And so somehow for that, I understand banding behind a common enemy because like maybe sometimes like you need to see something that's gonna like put you on the brink of extinction for you to like come together. But like this was not, again, like my main problem is always going to be this was not two equal sides battling it out. This was one side stepping on this other side, you know, and this other side finding what it can to like attack them because like they have grown up in an abundance of violence because of this side, you know. And so now, okay, they're like coming together behind a common enemy. It somehow, to me, doesn't seem like they gave enough weight to the power dynamic between these two, between Zaun and Piltover. I think the montage lasted like a minute and a half of them being like, we need your help now for us all to band together, work together. And like you see this image of like them, the enforcers or whatever, like, how do you say, like pushing the fence or whatever that's like keeping the people of Zaun, you know? And then like did I don't know if we saw like some of them wearing the enforcers' uniforms afterwards. Like that felt disgusting to me. I don't understand that choice. And to do that in a minute and a half. Like of our whole conflict, it somehow you blinked and okay, let's work together. I don't know that, like, I don't even like how that was done.
I agree, but I honestly feel like I don't need to say anything. No, honestly, just because like in my mind I'm repeating myself.
Yeah.
I honestly am repeating myself because like again I still think the biggest problem, I mean there's millions of problems, but like I just think they focused on different things. You know, they decided to focus more on the plot around Arcane. You know, like about this hexadeck, you know, and the power that it can possess and like what it can do, and which I understand, and like about the Black Rose and like Mel and like maybe the future show and things like that, and like I honestly didn't think that like the resolution with Piltover and Zahn is gonna be satisfying. I didn't think at the end you were gonna say, okay, I'm fine now. I thought whatever they do, it's not gonna be enough. Just because from the beginning of the season, that wasn't what show focused on at all.
Yeah, which I think was a mistake.
So like and even this, like uniting against common enemy, was something that like I maybe expected to happen. And at the end I still weren't satisfied because of the way that like they decided to do it. They put it, like you said, in a minute and a half. They put Jace to say few sentences. They didn't delve any deep into
like literally
it.
Like the history is so deep between these two places.
Like it should have been such an important, huge moment. Like
you're asking people to fight with you, next to you, and those are the same people that like literally I have seen, like you put fucking Isha in jail. You know what I mean? So like you have put kids in jail. So like you want people that have lost people because of you, because of like the environment that you have created, because of sickness. They don't have clean water, air, whatever. Like you're asking them to like band together with you. You know, like how is this not a monumental thing?
The thing is, like, how why are you at all admitting your mistakes in that moment and like what you have done and like how everything is so horrible and has been done so horrible and unjust as it is, for them to understand, for them to decide to fight with you. Like in that moment, I couldn't understand why they would decide to come and fight with you. Okay, because like their lives are in danger as well, you know?
Yeah.
But like somehow they didn't put any weight into it.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is a shame, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. That's how it felt.
I agree.
Like I just think... but like they did take time in this season to show Piltover's oppressions again and again. That's the thing. So like that is the thing that is confusing to me. So like they didn't shy away from showing what Piltovers are still doing. You know, what is still happening. Okay, I understand they killed this and they killed that and Jinx killed many, and then the funeral. I understand all of that, you know. But like they showed Piltovers to be very, very. Government, Bessa, like everybody who was wearing blue coats, I guess, have been very, very cruel, you know. So yeah, I just think the resolution was not well executed either. I just think they, in the whole season, like I don't think we at the end, that's why some storylines like, oh, how why just thought that, or like even Kate, I don't know how to explain that, like I am sometimes happy to get something because like on other sides I'm not getting anything that's like I'm sad. It's like even Kate saying what we have done and like we have to our mistakes and like we can't get away what we have done. I think she said something like that, you know, because like Jinx can't get away or something like that, you know. So like
can't escape what
even we have done. That is more to me and better to me. So like I don't know how to explain what I mean.
Like you think like the bar's on the floor,
yes.
And so like you're
if I get something
great, yeah, I get
better than nothing. Because with Piltover and Zahn, we basically got nothing. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's what I wanted to say. Like I just couldn't explain the Kate thing. Yes, sure. Like I'm not satisfied with how it was done, but like
considering everything else,
better than like the whole scenario with
understand,
which is more important than just Kate as a character, considering how much season 1 focused on it.
Yeah.
Like all the characters are who they are. All our favorite characters are who they are.
Yeah.
Because of that conflict.
Yeah.
That's much bigger to me. And it like should have been the biggest focus.
That's the biggest deal. Like that's why we are where we are, you know what I mean? Like Ambessa, yes, you know, she's a problem, but she just showed up. You know what I mean? Like who is Ambessa to us? Like who is Ambessa to Piltover and Zao? Like she did not create this, you know, and so like I don't know. A scene that made me emotional really somehow was Victor essentially dying, or at least like him dying. like I was not even certain what was happening, because like when we are in the hex attack in the universe where Victor is or whatever, everything is very abstract to me. I don't know what's happening. I don't know, like, it's not real. So like the physics in my mind doesn't work. I don't know what the doctor is doing. I know what they want to get done. I know what they want to create this army from Bess and whatever. And I know what Victor wants to achieve. Like after thinking that basically human emotion in a way stands in way of peace. Because like people are always gonna start wars because they're human, you know what I mean? Like, so if you feel a lot, you can hurt a lot, and everything can be done in the name of love as well. And like we had this whole thing, and so like in his mind, just like creating everyone to be essentially robots is gonna prevent wars, which is true. Like no one's gonna fight anymore, but also no one's gonna be human anymore. And so like I understand like what he wants to achieve. And in my mind, I'm like, how is this girl disappearing now? I'm just like thinking of like how this is happening and what actually is even happening, and like what is Victor becoming? Because like when she was disappearing, okay, you understand that like the last bit of his, let's say, humanity is going with her. So like when he tells her, I'm really gonna miss our talks, and she tells him, no, you're not, because like you're not really gonna be you. Like you're not gonna have the capacity to miss our talks, because like you're gonna become a robot. I don't have a better word for it. I don't know what actually, like what, like does he exist in that like circle now, in that vacuum? Is just he within this army, like a voice in their head?
But what does he think is Doctor doing?
Creating people that cannot die.
Does
I mean, I don't know what he
understand
thinks.
It's like Doctor is creating those people so that like he would create army to fight.
I mean, I think he thinks like if that army gets created, and like he can
control
spread this to others as well.
So everybody's gonna
I don't know exactly. I don't know in details, honestly, what he thinks.
Yeah, because honestly, that is the big part. Like, I don't know, maybe because like I'm gonna edit, so like maybe I'm gonna understand better. But like I think that my biggest problem is that like I don't understand exactly what is happening or what Victor is thinking that is happening, and like what is his plan in this whole thing. Like,
I mean, his plan is to create just basically one mind between all of us, because like then we can live in peace. But like again, you're not gonna be human, and I really like that storyline for Victor. I think it makes a lot of sense for him as a character, and I love the difference between him and Jace, and like in their approach. And I think I love that like in the way they have started this, and like I do think we were just like talking about this while we were trying to like make food. I think Jace is gonna like take care of Victor in the terms of like I think he's gonna like finish him off, and like stop this. And like you mentioned it, like maybe he dies as well then with him, which like I can see potentially both of them maybe dying, because like they they have started this together, so like it kind of makes sense that they would end this together, and I think that would be
a nice and beautiful ending for their story.
I agree, and like I would be satisfied with that, because I think it makes sense for both of their characters to end up where they are.
Yeah, and I really like where Jace's character is.
Jace
at any point in this story,
Jace was a great character.
Yeah, I really enjoyed all of his scenes in this season.
Yeah, me too.
Like he wasn't constantly permanent in it, but like every time he was here, you could understand why he's doing what he's doing and for what he's fighting for, which is like constant thing for him, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is humanity. So yeah, I that would be a good ending, in my opinion, for both
I would
of
be
them.
satisfied with that.
I would, for their story, definitely I would like that, honestly.
So I mean, I want to see how they conclude that, but like that is a thing that I have enjoyed.
Definitely, yeah. Even though again it's very abstract, in my opinion, it's also a bit rushed, but like maybe just because it's abstract,
like if we knew League of Legends, maybe like some things here would be more clear.
Yeah, I think so as well. Maybe we would understand maybe more
the power, the arcane,
but like maybe even if we just rewatch this season, let's say, maybe we would understand
as a whole. Maybe we could better.
I mean, there was also a lot, like the whole storyline with Mel as well.
They're definitely setting that up for a new show.
I definitely think so. I don't know if something is confirmed, if something is being already made, you know, or something
Yeah, I
like
don't
that.
know.
Like, but like I definitely think like that her storyline is not ending in the show. That like it's
No,
continuing.
like they even had this like story like where Jace tells her basically like no one can control you and like you are
Yeah. And like we
who
opened
you
up
are.
the whole scenes with like let's say witches or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And in that nexus, is it city or a country or like people?
I mean, she's a Nexian nexus, so like it's
Nexus
a
is
country.
So like in that country, that is something like I expect to be in the next show. Like the
I think so
plot.
as well.
How is Arcane and everything gonna be connected to? Well, we're gonna have to see that, you know. But like that's something that like I think has been
Definitely
preparing
leaving it off for
in this
another
season,
show.
yeah.
Which is fine because like I think her character is great and like there should be like more exploring it. So like it will make sense if they just like keep it for another show.
Yes, we just basically this would be like her backstory.
Yeah, prequel to a show about her maybe, or like a show where she is one of the main characters.
Yes,
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
I don't know if I have more to say, but I feel exhausted. I don't like. Somehow it feels more exhausting talking about things that I don't like.
Yeah,
like it feels more exhausting.
We're not excited about that at all.
No.
Again, that's why we're not gonna watch it now, just because again it's the last episode and like I wanna have
chill.
Yes, I wanna be excited to watch it to see where it's gonna end up, even though maybe it's gonna be rushed and like I don't wanna hate it.
Yeah.
As what is I really want to give it a chance. I really want to give it a chance to enjoy at least where the characters end up.
Yeah, I agree.
And right now I'm really pessimistic and like don't see the reasons for many storylines in this season.
I can't wait to like read others' opinions.
Yeah.
To like see if like some, I don't know, like maybe we missed something.
But honestly, if Jinx dies, which probably is happening judging by how this episode ended, I honestly don't know why I'm prolonging it. Like I should just play it and finish it off, because like there is not gonna be a point in time where after everything that like, has happened, I'm gonna be okay with that story.
I agree.
For anybody, anybody, let alone Piltover and Zon. Like Piltover is not giving enough care in the world, and yet Jinx is gonna be the one who's gonna sacrifice herself.
Yeah, because like she's the one that deserves.
So honestly,
this, and like not everyone fucking like the amount of people that should be tried for war crimes from Piltover is insane. And like, are they gonna be? I don't think so. Like, who is Jinx to all of us?
So yeah, that's just
what
we so like maybe we should have just finished it off. But I don't know. Let's give it a real chance.
Yeah.
And see if writers are maybe gonna surprise us
in 50 minutes.
Yes, which is more than 40. So
10 minutes more.
I actually appreciate that.
Thank you for that.
Okay, guys.
We'll see you
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.